Have you ever felt completely torn between wanting to live in a growing, energetic city or a quiet, peaceful, small country town?
There's an old saying here in the Eastern North Carolina that perfectly sums up the choice. You can either live right outside the absolute middle of the action, or you can live out where you can hear the birds chirping at night. And I love that saying for what we're talking about.
Exactly. Therefore, now we wanted to really tap into two towns today that we wanted to talk about, which one of them, as you guessed, is Greenville, North Carolina, and the other one that we were talking about, peaceful country town, is the Bethel.
Absolutely. So Greenville you're getting a lot more acreage if you go to Bethel. And in Greenville, you're going to be close to all the major university, the college campus, if you want to go to like whatever academic stuff is going on there. Or you can just talk about where you're going to plant your roots. Do you really want to be in the country, or do you really want to be closer to the city? So that's really what we're going to talk about today. And let's talk about the drive.
Exactly. Therefore, after this small introduction, really we wanted to talk about the location and the daily drive. Let's just start looking at those two places, how they sit on the map and they connect to each other. Greenville, as we said, in Eastern North Carolina, is the major economic and cultural capital of the Pitt County, North Carolina. It's a little bit busier and is growing area that is powered by two massive engines, as my wife said, East Carolina University and East Carolina Medical Care, or ECU Health Medical Care, which used to be before Wyden Health, and now is all under umbrella of the East Carolina University in education, treatment, and research.
Okay, so basically it's a level 1 trauma center. So you get nurses and doctors and medical professionals all over the region. Greenville is a true hub for employment services, essential services, and even more if you want to work in other industries. But if you just travel 15 miles straight north on US 13, you are in a completely different world. You're in the historic town of Bethel. It'll take you 15 to 20 minutes to get there between the two, but the drive will show you the complete differences.
Exactly. What is in the back old days?
The old lore of Bethel was that it's a tiny crossroads village that was 16 miles away from everywhere. It is a peaceful bedroom community where people escape the hustle and bustle of the city life. Living in Bethel means that you are trading your lifestyle. You're not getting city traffic or busy streets. You're getting a very small town setting. And because it is rural, you're absolutely going to need your car, unless you're walking your own land. But you're going to need your car because basically 91% of all people who live in Bethel have to drive their own car. So this is one of the things we're talking about, cars. And Bethel residents depend heavily on going to Greenville for all of their care, their medical care, their shopping, their jobs. But when they go home, they're going into an uncrowded, single evening, quiet community.
Wow, that seems very peaceful. Now, I wanted to talk about a little bit of the history and community personality, and to understand the personality of these two towns, it helps us that look at where they come from. And as we said, Greenville, North Carolina, grown by leaps and bounds and mixing a historic roots with a modern, fast-paced identity that is tied to a university. And the energy of city is growing, and actually the technology and different kind of a culture of work is growing more and more every day in Greenville, North Carolina.
Now, Bethel has a much deep history and a much slower pace. Bethel town is founded in 1774, so before the Revolution, and the early regional roads were built basically for nearby towns of Tarboro, Wilmston, and Halifax. And the intersection between the upper Pitt County crossroads led to the creation of the first Swamp Primitive Baptist Church in 1776, right during the Revolutionary War. But a local Methodist church built in 1814 eventually gave the town its name, Bethel, and Bethel became incorporated in 1873 after the Civil War.
Wow. And my wife, by the way, was at some point, she was a history teacher.
And Bethel honors its history while looking forward to the future, because there's a huge change happening in Bethel very soon.
And basically, the town now hosts the rapidly expanding Sun Energy One solar facility on its edge, which brings clean green energy to the area and helps keep the town environment footprint as small as possible.
And I also have to point out there is a major industrial complex being built north of Greenville going towards Bethel, so we have to keep that into place. But Bethel right now is surrounded by mature oak, pine, maple trees. And you can really see that this is an old time. This is a fun, close community, southern town community. It's just kind of fun place.
Exactly.
Now let's talk about the real estate, because that is something my husband and I love to talk about, and I talk so much in history. I'm going to let him talk to this one.
Therefore, when it comes to the real estate market and housing option, and you are looking to buy a home, these two area is a little bit different, maybe sometimes a lot different. Greenville actually operates on as a very stable, balanced market, where neither the buyers or sellers hold all the cars. And what is the supply look like?
3 months of supply currently means that their prices are staying steady. Houses usually sell for the price they're being asked for, so there's no like crazy deals happening. And median list price is at $278,000, and homes generally can go up to 39 to 49 days on the market before getting snapped up. Want to talk to me more about?
Exactly. The neighborhood that are in Greenville, North Carolina offer incredible varieties of the home style. For example, if you're looking at the historic characters, Uptown neighborhood that has a beautiful Victorian craftsman, or colonial revival homes that built in an early 1900 with average price at just under 200, how much?
$200,000.
Exactly.
Okay, so basically, if you're looking for the higher end, people like Brook Valley because it has that HOA where people like to go for their dinners. Beautiful estates around $420,000. You can go to the beautiful homes in Lindale, Bedford, and there's plenty of newer subdivisions happening and townhouses being developed like Brook Hollow.
Exactly. And as my wife said, the average lot size in Greenville, North Carolina subdivision is a little bit tighter, usually ranging from the, how much is usually the ranging that you're looking for?
1,500 to 3,500, 15th of an acre to 35th of an acre.
Exactly. Therefore, that is the number that you're looking for from lot to acre. And the median
rent is
rent,
like about $1,800.
Around $1,800.
And if you look at Bethel, you can see housing-friendly alternatives. Move-in-ready homes are about $150,000 to $400,000. That's really the big thing, but most of it is not going to be $400. It depends if you're getting lots of land and getting a farm, maybe. But basically, if you're looking for the real price per square foot, there's more value in Bethel by far.
Exactly. What else?
Greenville offers $157 a square foot. Bethel drops to $88 a square foot. So that's really what I'm talking about. So you can see the massive savings.
Exactly. Therefore, this is massive saving. Helps you to go your dollar stretch even much more further to get a place for you and your loved one. What about architecture-wise?
Basically, you can get your ranch-style homes, your Cape Cod, your colonial revivals. Also, in Bethel, on average, you're getting 3/4 of an acre, so you're getting a lot more space for your garden or whatever games you want to do up for your outside area.
Exactly. Therefore, basically, the home sizes themselves stretch from the cozy historic cottage, as my wife said, under to 1,000 square feet, all the way to the massive traditional family homes that is over 4,000 square feet is in the area.
So if you're looking for physical space, Bethel is going to obviously be the bang for your buck, and it's hard to beat because that's just there. Now Bethel does stay on the market a little longer because there's no rental availabilities at the family of the city. I don't see any rentals right now.
Exactly.
So basically, let's talk about your daily life if you live in one of these areas, because it's going to be very different. So if you choose Greenville, what?
Basically, Greenville is a fully sufficient city with an active, highly walkable center where the university campus flows straight into the Uptown street. And
you can find endless spots to eat in Greenville. We have every restaurant from craft breweries to coffee shops to Basil's restaurants, Euro Pub, Clean Eats. If you want pizza, you can go to Marabella's Old World, Jet Pizza. If you're looking for specialized footwear, you can go to Fleet Feet. If you're a runner and you want to make sure you get shoes that are proper for your feet. Or if you're looking for jewelry, maybe you're going to go to Jenny K's Jewelry. It's just there's so much going on here. What my kids did today was this one. People love going to the Bolero, right? So Bolero, which is for bowling. So if you want to go bowling, we have that here in Greenville, which also has arcades, which again, my kids don't like being told no arcades. And they also have a full sports bar. Not that you're going to be doing that at 11 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday, but just so
and also you have access to multiple national grocery store chain and organic food market right inside of the city of Greenville.
Yeah, we have Trader Joe's.
And in Bethel, North Carolina, they keep the things much more simpler and holds on the very traditional, because Bethel, as we said, is a small town that is coming with a commercial footprint in that huge, actually commercial project that is going on the north of the Greenville, which is connected to Bethel.
So the Main Street area is going to have a few local restaurants that act as your true social heart. Tonight Lunch is one of the ones I've passed by. Classic diner. It looks and it's open up for morning. La Casita is the Italian restaurant up there and pizzeria that's going to get the regular people to come to town. And if you're looking for Southern barbecue, you're not going to Bee's Barbecue in Bethel. You're going to go to maybe MB Grill for the go-to local spots. So this is just a few mentions that I like to throw out there. But Bethel, you're going to go probably to Food Line in Robertsonville if you're looking for food. But you might also end up in Greenville if that's where you work. So, I mean, I would say that's both. And you want to have more variety than Food Line, and then you come to Greenville.
Exactly. However, during the warmer months, the town enjoys Carolina Country Fresh, a beloved seasonal farm market right in Bethel, North Carolina, and is a wonderful place to basically pick up homegrown fruits, fresh vegetables, homemade jams, and they even set up a great pumpkin patch with the fun autumn activities for families in Bethel, North Carolina.
Now let's talk about parks and recreation. And since it was a rainy Memorial Day, this was something I was a little disappointed in. That's why we went bowling. I'm not going to lie. So basically, you can look at Greenville. We have a lot of public park, which was the initial plan if it wasn't raining. Town Common is an amazing event. There would have been a Memorial Day thing. It actually got moved to River Park North because they do have a center there. But basically, Town Common is a 6-acre park, beautiful area, downtown area. The Town Creek Bridge, and a paved walkway that connects the Greenway. And then also, everything got canceled this weekend. Right there is the Greenville Toyota Amphitheater, which is filled up for events. Recently, there was like Mr. Beast games that got canceled again because of the weather. But if you're looking for the 4th of July, there will be trucks, there'll be fireworks there. So much fun happening there. But I told you, River Park North is the other one. Talk to me about River Park North.
Exactly. The River Park North, as my wife said, is a massive 324 acres of the nature preserve with over a mile of riverfront space, and it's perfect for hiking, camping, launching boats, and also renting kayaks or pedal boats in this park.
And there's now the Science and Nature Center. I can't say the name. I've never tried. But there's a 10,000 gallon freshwater fish aquarium, live snakes, turtle touch tank, and it's a certified place for the North Carolina bird trail. So if you're a birder, you can go watch some birds there. But then that's also where they moved the memorial celebration because they had to go inside of the thing. On top of that, you do have a huge area for university sports because it happens around here. People will go to Dowdy Fickle Stadium, Murphy Center to root for the local teams, and you can also enjoy the university's North Recreational Complex, which has a lot of sports games that are happening around here. What about Bethel?
In Bethel, your creation is much more relaxed, peaceful, and self-directed. The main recreational hub in town of Bethel is the Fields of Dream Park, which offers a baseball and softball field and a basketball court with a picnic shelter and a smooth walking track. Instead of massive stadium events, people in Bethel love local, what it is? Agritourism. And living in Bethel, North Carolina also means that you're perfectly positioned to enjoy your unique seasonal event in the neighboring historic town of the Bethel, North Carolina.
Now, here's something not on our notes, but I want to point out again with Bethel because it is something I think is important. There is, again, that industrial north. So you do have this small town where you have a great value right now. I can't promise the future. Nobody can predict the future. But I can say by what's happening, they're building an industrial complex. There'll be more needs for jobs when more people show up. Bethel is in a place where it can be completely transformed in a few years. So if you're looking for a place that is affordable, probably going to be transformed in a few years, this might be the perfect opportunity to really talk about Bethel, because I would say that small town charm, which we talked all about, which it is at the filming of this video, might be changing.
Exactly, like what we had for Aden and Grifton, North Carolina.
Yeah, but Bethel's more in the center of the industrial.
Exactly. Therefore, now is really the time that you're making the right choice. At the end, deciding between these two wonderful North Carolina community comes really down to looking closely at your personal lifestyle goals and finding the exact space that makes you feel at home.
So if you're looking, we can't wait to talk to you. We're Alan and Victoria. Please call us. Don't forget to book an appointment with us in the calendar and watch our next video.
And don't forget, we are here for you to help you with this journey. And don't forget to subscribe in our channel, support our channel. We love your comments, and see you next time.